Davis is sitting right next to me.
Good morning.
Good to see you. We were going to have Terrell TD. We were going to have Terrell Davis right here in studio.
In studio.
But he called in sick.
He'll do that.
He called in. What do you mean he'll do that?
He'll do that. He's done that to me from time to time.
Just called in sick?
He'll just call me.
Now, I called him out.
Kidding.
Well, no. I called him out in hour number one, Pac-Man style. Pac-Man style.
You called him out like that?
Called him out saying that he's faking it.
He's faking it.
It's his way of winking at me. Okay. He's winking, like he was booked. I saw him last week at the network. He's like, I'm coming in next week. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
You got it. Okay.
I'd love to talk to you. You're coming in 2 days before the Broncos are playing a playoff game. You're coming in a few days after you're going to be named the finalist in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. You bet you're coming into my show.
Yes, exactly.
And then poof. Get up this morning, TD's not coming, he's sick. So I called him out. I called him out. But if he does either, prove himself to be sick, I'll apologize.
I don't know.
Although not immediately, because we're still waiting 3.5 hours after Antonio Brown's being ruled out.
He's been ruled out.
We're still waiting on the apology.
If TD's been ruled out. I don't know if the apology. Yeah, well, the apology probably will never come.
You don't think Pac-Man's going to apologize after he says on Showtime, I'll give an apology?
I don't know if it's publicly. I don't know if he's ever going to do it. He may walk up to him privately and do it. Same with TD. I mean, TD may have Kaiser Sosage you. And,
poof.
And yes, he may have.
He's gone.
Just
like that.
He could do that. It could happen.
Or suddenly he's walking with a limp. Next thing you know, he's going into a limousine and driving off.
That's it. So he will appear to be injured or sick, and then all of a sudden, there it is. Jumps into the limo.
Will you accept the self-rule out, or do you need a doctor's note from TD?
I don't know. I need to see how it plays out.
Okay.
He still has an hour to call.
Just ask his wife. That's all.
Yeah?
She'll let you know.
She'll let you know?
If he's faking it or not. Yeah. That's it.
Okay.
The wife always knows.
Now, you usually are on Wednesday. Before we get into this weekend's events, we got to talk about why you were not here for your usual Wednesday fat mouthing. Explain to everybody what you were up to this week.
My high school is a part of the Super Bowl Honor Roll program, so where they're delivering a Super Bowl 50 ball to every high school of the people that were on the active rosters of the previous 49 Super Bowls.
So if anybody's on an active roster in the previous 49 Super Bowls, the NFL is giving a gold football for that person who was on an active roster to put into the high school that eventually sent them into the NFL.
Yes. So
a gold football.
So it's like, like a grassroots type thing. So they will send the ball to every high school. So they notify them, and it allows them to be a part of sponsorship programs in the future and all these type things. So to add to that program to continue with the game. So it's actually a really good program.
So you return
I called Tracy at the NFL in the NFL office and told her I wanted to actually go back.
Physically do it, because the NFL will sometimes just send the gold football.
Yes.
It's over 2,000 players and 3,000 footballs that are being sent by the NFL gold.
So it was neat.
2,000 high schools, 3,000 actual players.
And I actually got to go, because I wanted to go back and explain to everyone actually what I wanted them to know, how I felt about it, and what I was thinking, and what it meant to me to have that there.
So which high school did you go back to?
Anniston High School in Anniston, Alabama.
Fantastic. And who else was there?
Kid.
Did you make it a family affair?
My parents were there. My son went back with me. One of my boys went back with me. A couple of nieces, my mom and dad were there.
So what's it like to go back to your high school in Alabama and present them a gold football from the NFL that will live in this high school forever because you were forged in that program of that high school and you wound up playing in the Super Bowl?
No, it was outstanding. Like? And one of the main reasons I wanted to go back to it, one of my older peers is actually the high school coach there. So I wanted to go back, and it wasn't even so much my old high school coach. It was that guy, Eddie Bullock, that was the guy that sort of helped forge. This is the hammer that was on me out on the park, in the playground, and do better and be better. And I was the youngest kid in that generation, and it was, if I missed a shot, I couldn't get back on the court. If you missed a tackle, it was like run faster, jump higher, do all these things. You're better than that. He wouldn't have lived long. And he's the coach now. And I wanted and to have the opportunity to hand that to him and say, thank you, and lessons learned allowed me. It was a part of that. To tell my parents that were a part of it. To tell the community that look, a little, circumstances don't allow, you can't allow circumstances to prevent you from accomplishing certain things if you choose to do so. Learn that at home. You have a group of people around you that can help you, and to tell those kids that look at me, I'm no different, same school, same neighborhood, same path, do what you want to do. It was a good thing to do, and that's why I wanted to go back, and that's what I wanted them to see when they look at the ball.
Eric Davis here on the Rich Eisen Show. Before we get to the NFC playoff games, Chip Kelly's been named the new coach of the 49ers. What'd you think about that hire by the Niners?
Unlike a lot of people, I'm not so certain that Chip Kelly's system doesn't work. I've said that before. I said it while he was in Philly. I'm not hard fast on the fact that his system won't work in the NFL. I mean, he won 10 games twice. That's a hard thing to do in the NFL, as you know. The biggest concern for me with Chip Kelly, the biggest question I have is, who is he going to insulate himself with in his coaching staff? He has to get someone. The issue with Chip Kelly is the message that he's trying to get across, getting to the players and them understanding that. And you can have some head coaches that know how to get that message to everyone.
Yes.
And that it's okay, it's effective. If not, you got to have people, and it's obvious that he doesn't know how to do that. So he has insulated himself with a group of assistant coaches that can actually talk to people and they hear it. Because
he can't communicate it himself.
That it seems to be that's his first go around in the NFL. That's the way I would classify.
That's the way it was heard about Philadelphia.
That's what was heard. That's what was said. Guys that I've talked to, that's what they say.
Wow.
So it's not necessary. So if the message can't get to the butts in the seat, it doesn't matter what you're saying.
So you think, does this mean that Kaepernick is going to be the guy that they are going to keep? Because the Niners retailers think so. They took the Kaepernick 7 jerseys off of clearance. Did you see that?
I saw that.
Kaepernick jerseys that were being sold on clearance were removed and put it back into full-price jerseys.
How sad is that?
That actually happened.
How sad
yesterday.
is that they were just having
everything must go, and now suddenly everything doesn't have to go.
They were having a going out of business sale on Cap.
That happened.
That is incredible. They have to have a quarterback,
right?
If they're going to go with this guy,
but doesn't he fit what he tries to do?
I think he fits what he's trying to. Interesting enough, that's one of the places I thought Cap would go to. Philly,
if Kelly was still there.
I thought it would either be Cap or RG3. That those guys would go to Philly. That's what I thought before. But I see now the question is, do you want to pay Cap the $11 million? If he is healthy enough for you to even have that question by April 1st, do you want to pay him, or do you want to try an RG3 on the cheap?
What do you think would be the best way to go?
That's an interesting question. I've seen Cap play some really good ball. A system that would allow him to do what his skill set says he is at right now, I think it could be a good thing for him. It's a fresh start in some aspects of it, if that happens. But I still think the locker room, even with a new coach, you have the same most of the same guys. They've seen him get pulled before.
Right.
It's hard to be the franchise guy. That's why I was like, I don't know if he can ever be the franchise guy for the 49ers again. They benched him. Nobody benches their franchise quarterback. And Tom Sula didn't bench him.
Yeah, it was the guy above
Yes, and that guy's still there.
Eric Davis here on the Rich Eisen Show. Davante Adams has just been ruled out for the Green Bay Packers in this game on Saturday night in Arizona. And the way he was playing in D.C., that seemed to me to be a difference maker for this offense that's been struggling to find something other than Aaron Rodgers to make a play behind an offensive line that had trouble protecting him until last Sunday. What do you make of this playoff game on Saturday night for Green Bay?
They can't beat Arizona. Arizona's better. I get what happened with Washington. We all thought, I'm not going to say we all thought, I'll speak for myself.
Sure.
As much as I knew Aaron Rodgers could get hot and make some plays, it hadn't happened all season long. Washington was playing well at home, but at the end of the day, you saw an experienced playoff team, an experienced playoff quarterback come in and get it done. That's a really good football team in all phases. Going into there is going to be an extremely difficult task. They can match up across the board. You're losing Adams. I don't see.
That's trouble.
It's trouble. They're going. That offensive line that had problems protecting him. They are going to have problems protecting Aaron Rodgers.
8 sacks in Week 16.
He's going to get hit. It'll be. I don't think it'll be the same type game that we saw before, but he's going to get hit in the same type fashion.
Okay, so there's one more game that we really haven't discussed on the show, and we're going to do that next with you. That's the big game on Sunday, Russell Wilson versus Cam Newton 7. That's going to be coming up next. There is an update from Adam Pac-Man Jones on the apology front, as well as I do believe you say Terrell Davis is going to call in at the top of the next segment.
We're going to have TD potentially on the phone next segment.
Okay.
Potentially.
And we're going to maybe see if we can get his wife
potential
on.
means
just to see. Well, I mean, we don't know if right now he's practicing like yeah, I'm sorry, Rich.
TD, get on the phone, man.
I'm sorry, I just can't. I couldn't. I mean, is he going to try to? I do remember the last time I called in sick for a job. It was totally BS. I was with the Staten Island Advance. I'm going to come clean 25 years later. I just didn't want to go into work. This is the last time, years ago, I was writing for a newspaper, working a 4 to midnight shift. I just didn't want to do it. I called in and I said I had a high-grade fever. You know what I mean? Just to let them know. So I just added some adjectives to make it sound better. I wonder if that's what TD's going to do. And if he does that, I will apologize to him. I will offer an apology. So that's all coming up next here.
Okay.
I would stay tuned if I were you. And I know, I feel like I am you out there listening and watching this edition of the Rich Eisen Show. Eric Davis is here. Don't go anywhere. 844-204-RICH. We'll take a phone call from you with Eric Davis when we come back here on the Rich Eisen Show. DollarShaveClub.com. You've got a little bit underneath, Eric.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can let it grow, man.
You sure?
Yeah.
I'm trying
to see
down?
I'm going to just
playoff
let this
beard.
Is it a
grow,
playoff beard for you?
Yeah, as much as I can get.
Do you want a Dollar Shave Club membership? You need to do this.
Sure.
You should do it. You hear me talking about it all the time.
I do. I really do.
Well, you need to go to DollarShaveClub.com.
Well, I'm just starting to shave now.
Are you really? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
I mean, it's been a while. I just don't come from a hairy line of people. I mean, it all grows on top of my head.
What does it mean that I need Dollar Shave Club every day, sometimes twice? Certainly on Thursday Night Football, I would do it twice a day. I'd shave for the Rich Eisen Show, and then I'd shave for Thursday Night Football.
You're kidding.
I would do that just because I'm a professional. I want NFL Network to have the moneymaker baby face the same way that this show does.
I mean, I understand you keeping them in business, Dollar Shave Club in business.
No, but it's easy too. It's not one of those things like, oh man, I have to shave again. You actually put the shave butter on, and then the blade with a fresh blade anytime you want. I popped a new one on this morning, as a matter of fact. With the handle. Look at that handle. Radio audience, I'm pointing out this beautiful handle.
That's nice. That's a nice piece of chrome.
DollarShaveClub.com, the most gentle shave imaginable. Join DollarShaveClub.com today. Thank you for saying it. You would do the show in person, then showing up in person and doing it.
When I tell you I'm coming, I'm coming.
I know that. And it may sound odd that I would say it that way, but I'm a little burned because Terrell Davis said he was going to do this show in person. And he told me that last week when I saw him. I'm coming in. I'm like, great. And then here's the voicemail that I got. Here's a voicemail I got this morning.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't come to the door right now. I'm afraid that in my weakened condition, I could take a nasty spill down the stairs and subject myself to further school absences.
I'm thinking it's Terrell Davis's day off, right? He's getting in the Porsche and he's driving it around and stuff like that, going to the Cubs games.
With Peterson.
And that's what I thought to myself, I'm going to call him out like Pac-Man. I'm calling him out, and I'm saying he's faking until I get otherwise.
Got it.
And Terrell Davis, are you there, TD?
Yeah, Rich, I think you have to check the track record to believe that I'm not faking. You look back at my history.
Yeah.
And that's going to tell you all you need to know, Rich, all you need to know. I'm telling you right now, my face hurt. My head aches.
Okay.
My bones ache.
Ooh.
I'm cold. I got the thermostat.
I can't hear him right now, so I don't know if he's.
Can you put him on up here?
Could you put him on? Because I can't hear him.
Eric Davis is sitting right here. Come on, Del Tufo. Here we go. TD, so what do you have? Do you have a flu situation?
I don't know, but you tell me. Okay, so everything aches. My bones ache.
Yeah.
My head ache. I've got, my neck, and I got the thermostat about 85 degrees, Rich, and I'm still cold. I'm shivering. But the worst part, and this is why I didn't come this morning, Rich.
Yeah.
When you have fluids coming out of both ends.
Oh no.
Too much info, TD.
I apologize. I apologize.
So a 40-minute car ride just wouldn't do me justice.
No.
Now, see, when you were talking about the body aching in the head and all that, I thought that was just from 20 years of football.
Yeah.
But
No, Edie, this is real, man. This is real. I wouldn't do you like that, Rich. I tried to fight through it last night.
Okay.
But
So,
it's brutal, man.
So is this a Von Miller eating cheese sticks in the movie situation? Where'd you get this from, TD?
I don't know. I don't know, really.
Okay.
I have no idea, man. You know what? This time of the year, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty solid.
Okay.
I can fight off most things, but for some reason, something snuck in, and it's giving me trouble right now.
Well, you got three young ones, and those little kids are like petri dishes, TD. You never know.
Yeah, yeah, that is true, and that's why.
When was the last time?
I'm sort of quarantined right now, Rich. I don't know quarantine.
I bet your wife doesn't want any part of you.
No, I'm in a totally. No one's around me. I'm in my own wing, and she'll come check on me every once in a while. But I don't have a TV in this wing at all. So I'm sort of oblivious to what's happening.
So you haven't heard me call you out for the first 2 hours of this show?
No. Well, how'd you call me out, Rich?
Well, I accused you of faking it. That I said that you telling NFL Network to tell me that you couldn't make it today was like the version of Antonio Brown winking at Vontaze Burfict being taken off the field.
Hold on. First of all, Rich, we go way back.
Yes.
We go back. We go way back.
Okay.
So if anybody should give me the benefit of the doubt, it's you.
Man.
ED, that's my partner right there. ED, come on, man. You can't stick up for me either, bro.
I did after I tried to dirt nap you. I did. I had to. I just want to know when's the last time you've been into the dressing room in the green room, because I do not want. You are the monkey right now. Outbreak. You are patient zero. So I want to know. When's the last time?
I was there last night.
Oh no. No.
Oh my gosh. We need to.
My face hurts just laughing, man. You got to kill me.
Okay, so then we'll let you go. What do you think, real quick, about Denver's chances on Sunday, TD? Before I let you go, what do you think of that?
I think obviously they have a good chance. The first game they played, I'd like to look at the positives. They were up 21-7, and the first half they played well. Second half, Pittsburgh made some adjustments, and Denver couldn't stop them. I think Antonio Brown is questionable right now.
No, he's actually while you've been in quarantine, they ruled him out. He's done.
He's out.
Out,
oh,
yeah.
We got to check that up. That's Denver win right there.
Okay, TD, you take care of yourself. Now get better soon. Get well soon.
I'm trying, man. Rich, I'm coming on your show, man. I'm not ducking and dodging you, but trust me.
Okay.
I can't wait to make my debut, bro.
Look forward to that, TD. All right, take care of yourself.
Have a good one, man.
Okay.
Get better, bro.
There you go. Hall of Fame finalist.
Hall of Fame
but
finalist.
Not a Hall of Fame faker. Not a Hall of Fame
not
faker.
At all.
He sounded like he's got something.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. Hopefully he will get that nod.
But I gotta, because I'm going over there for the meeting, the show meeting for game day morning tomorrow afternoon. It's game day morning in the afternoon tomorrow. I need to put on that Breaking Bad hazmat suit going in there. If he was walking around with that last night.
I'm leaving here, and I'm leaving from this show to go over because for the production meeting and everything, because I'm doing total access tonight.
Would you let them know to disinfect on the way over before I even walk in there, please?
I definitely will. I am going to let them know before I even walk in to disinfect.
What happens in Carolina? This is a big one, man. What happens with the two-time defending NFC champs coming into Carolina?
It's going to come down to Greg Olsen again. They're going to beat each other up. It's going to be a game similar to what we saw with Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. One of those grudge match. It's a grudge match type game. This team was built to play. The Carolina Panthers, that is, they were built to play this type game with this type team.
And here it is.
And here it is. And I've said it before. I think Carolina is the better team. I don't think in any shape, form, or fashion does Seattle believe that. So this is going to be a good one. It's going to come down to a few plays. Pete is not going to adjust his defense to double Greg Olsen, to take him away, to do anything like that. He's going to run that defense. I know how that defense is. It's going to come down to some guys making some plays in space. And that's going to be, it's going to come Cam on a tight end. I've seen Cam take tight ends out of games, but I've literally knocked them out of games. That could be one of those things, because Greg Olsen has to be the guy, because at the end of the day, he's still their first, second, and third receiver.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you got Ginn.
Yeah. You have Ginn, who's questionable, I think. But still, Teddy has done some, he's having that career year. And you have to have that. To win a championship, stars have to be stars. Role players have to know their role, and they have to live up to it each and every week and accept it. And then you have to have some guys have career years. That's the only way you win a championship.
Well, and Norman's been trying to play the role of Richard Sherman off the field as well as on it. And which is the best corner in this game? Who's the best corner in this game?
Oh, wow. That's a tough one. Who's had the better season? I'm going to go with Jay No. Better corner. That's a toss-up, man. That really is. Both of those guys' skill sets are tremendous. Both of those guys, what they're asked to do within their scheme, they do it extremely well. And both of them have 10 other guys that play extremely well alongside of them. So, that really is, you can't go wrong with either one of those guys.
No, I know that. That's a very good way. That was very very good way to say that was a soup that eats like a meal right there. That was a very chunky soup answer for you right there.
Yeah, I'm straddling. I know that. But I can't pick one of those
I hear
guys.
you. So who wins at Seattle at Carolina? Who do you think?
I got to stick with Carolina.
Okay.
I've been saying it for so long. It's hard for me. I think that's the best team in the league.
Now, you heard TD's first blush reaction because he's been in quarantine about learning about Antonio Brown being out. You've been on the Steelers all year.
Yeah.
Do you get off him right now?
The best receiver in the league is not playing. The best receiver is not playing with a quarterback who may not be able to throw the ball his usual way, going against a tremendous defense. That's a tough place to play. That defense is very tough at home. You already know you have a battered quarterback. They are going to hunt. He's going to be even more battered before the game's over.
You don't like it?
I don't like it. I don't like it.
So let's ask Eric Davis before we send him off to the Terrell Davis contaminated zone known as NFL Network. The poll question at richhogsonshow.com. What do you got?
Eric, which road team is most likely to win this weekend? All four won last weekend. Who has the best chance to win this weekend? Chiefs, Seahawks, Packers, Steelers.
Chiefs, Seahawks.
You don't like any of them?
No, I'm going with the Chiefs.
Yeah?
I'm taking the Chiefs.
Kansas City Chiefs. What is the poll question currently reside right
Chiefs, 47% right now. Seahawks, 35%.
Brandon Marshall says he's spoken to Pac-Man Jones. He responded to somebody who tweeted at Marshall Machine, at Brandon Marshall. And he responded at B. Marshall. Do you genuinely believe you will get that apology from Pac-Man? He retweeted that saying, I talked to him an hour ago, and he said he will, man of his word.
Yeah, I believe it.
You think it'll be offline?
Well, no matter
it'll be offline? It's a pretty public call out, man.
You know what? He may just put it out there.
Yeah.
He'll definitely do it in person because the guys respect one another. You go through.
I would disagree with that. With seeing what happened on that field, Eric.
No. I'm saying you go through the battles, and like I say, that's in that moment. That's how you feel, but you respect the player for what he's doing.
But a day later, not in the moment, he calls into Dan Patrick's show and says he's faking, and then a day after that,
he hadn't seen
pushed
the guy.
all in.
He hadn't seen the guy since he walked off the field, and he winked at him. He hasn't. So he said, so that's his lasting impression of that night was the guy walking off the field. And
with help.
Now I've also been Batman out there on the field, knocked out like the guy in the Snickers commercial, and done things that I didn't even know I was doing. I had a game in college where I was signaling for a fair catch, and the guy just hit me anyway. I remember seeing his helmet, and I remember jumping up and pushing him in the face. In reality, when I saw the actual film, I got hit in the face, and I'm laying there on the ground, and then I got up and I just stood. I was standing in the other team's huddle. I was just standing there because they came out and everyone left off the field because I popped right back up, and they thought I was fine. And I was standing in the other team huddle until someone came and got me off the field. Antonio may not even know he was winking.
Yeah. Well, he's out. He's out. Thanks for coming in, Eric.
Thank you.
Please.
Thanks for having me.
I mean, that thing needs to be sprayed down with Purell before I set a toe in there in about an hour, okay? Will you please? Something's got to be done.
Something's got to be done.
Seriously, they should tent it like Breaking Bad.
Guys, I know you're watching. Please do. Yes, let's tent it. Like
tent it?
Like Breaking Bad.
Let's tent it?
Got it.
Well, what they did inside the tented, we shouldn't do that.
Probably not.
No. I don't even know. I don't even know.
Yeah, we don't even know what
set
happens
up that operations that quickly. Thanks for coming in, Eric Davis. We're back with your phone calls. There's a bunch of them here at 844-204-RICH. We're going to clear it out. Maybe even take an email. We'll do that next here on The Rich Eisen Show.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.